Hey everybody, we're back here for part 3 of Once Upon a Game Special Edition of the Sprawl, and we're getting the legwork phase of this mission. So, I believe some of us have certain playbooks about when a mission starts.
Yeah.
Things happen.
I certainly do. So I have a nose for a story, and at the start of a mission, I get to roll my edge. I'm going to do that.
Okay, so give us a roll.
I guess can we summarize what we know so far, and then that's like what sort of trips me off to be like, there is definitely something here. So
yes. Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Dornier and Pryor and Johnson, or excuse me, Coke Fashion and Pryor and Johnson were at the Othello having a fashion show.
Yeah.
There was an explosion at the fashion show of some sort of unknown make of explosives with fashion that was resembling Roxy's wear, like style. We know that Coke Fashion had a sort of a what do you call a ban? A ban on that sort of like exploring that style. Like they weren't interested in doing it.
I think the word you're looking for was embargo.
Embargo, yeah. They're not. They weren't interested in it, but here they are at this fashion show. And you know that Dornier was not
shut out.
They were shut out, and they've been looking into this super hard.
Yeah. Now, like that fashion trend could have come from Pryor and Johnson. It's no smoking gun that Coke Fashion was working with them on it or anything. But I don't know. It just smells a little fishy to me. Yeah. I think there's something here.
And you got
I see.
You got a 0, which is really impressive.
I got a 7, but it's because I had
2 pluses
in there. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Cool. So, yeah, I got a 7. So that means that I gain 1 hold.
Okay, yeah, and when you gain a hold during the mission, you can spend that for asking a question from the research list, or take one from when you're monstering. Did you take the monster move?
I didn't. Or I can find a piece of evidence that links this mission to a current story. I can start a story clock and a linked noise clock, or roll to gather evidence.
Yes.
So, hold 1.
Let me go ahead and make some more clocks just to have around.
I also have a start of the mission move as well.
Okay.
It's called I Love It When a Plan Comes Together. I like to call this the Kool-Aid Man move.
Nice.
So you roll edge, you can get some hold, and you can spend that hold to have a piece of gear that you need right now, or appear in a scene when you are needed right now.
That is the cool. Awesome. That's a cool move. Okay. Go ahead and roll for us.
Yeah, let's see how edgy I am. Probably not a lot. Nope, a ton. I'm super edgy.
Wow.
Nice.
So sharp you could cut yourself. I'm Kylo Ren.
Nobody wants to be Kylo Ren.
I get 3 hold.
Yes, you do. You gain 3 hold for this.
Yeah,
okay.
So if I'd failed that move, it means that I would have got a bunch of planning done, and then the enemy counters every single move. So that would have been bad.
Oh, yeah. Clocks would have been ticking up a lot. Okay. So, let's, okay, so are those the other 2 moves? Does Hollis have anything at this point for a starting move? And what about, Roxy?
Nope.
Okay, cool. So, we have a little bit to go off of. It sounds like you guys are going to need some more information to start out of where you guys are going to get being pushed, right? So, what are you guys going to do? This might be a good part to introduce maybe contacts, possibly. If someone wants to do some research and hit the streets, right? Or do some research right now. Whatever you guys want to do.
I feel like what would give us some direction is that, like, right now we know there is a mission. We don't really know what that mission is.
Yeah.
I think the structure of the game is that we would know like what we're trying to accomplish now, and then we can go towards that.
Okay. There's a name that. Okay. I guess then the mission would be something to do with a middle manager of Coke Fashion. Sort of like a what do you call it? An account executive, right? A junior account executive named Kurosawa. So Kurosawa is the that's like the last name that comes up.
Okay, and how are they connected to the thing?
he was responsible for arranging this fashion show.
And why do we want to kill him?
I know we were talking about doing a wet work. So Leon Kurosawa, and why do you, I guess I feel like the killing part wouldn't have come in play just yet.
Okay.
Yeah,
We're gonna have to discover that this is a man
Yeah.
that needs killing, and we can make money off it.
Yeah. I mean, it might be the sort of thing where, like, taking him out of the equation means that Hollis's brands get a huge boost because they have competition. Or
Yeah.
Well, it could be. I mean, it could be as simple as like there was an embargo. They fucking agreed that they wouldn't use Roxy's style, and then this shitheel went ahead and did it anyway. And now we need to go and teach him a lesson.
I think, they probably had a non-compete clause or something like that, and they broke it.
Yeah, I mean, people love a good MMA fighter strangles an executive to death story, right?
Yeah.
You should have read the fine print.
Yeah. So he broke the embargo. And it's clear that Coke is trying to like sweep this under the rug and pretend this didn't happen or something like that.
I'm suspecting some like internal strife where like someone else planned the bombing to try to cover up for the fact that this guy screwed up and got that far, but then some of this information leaked out.
Yes.
Yeah, all right. So obviously we got to go find this guy.
Yeah,
and
like
make his pummeling as public as possible.
I mean, you guys are a great group of players where I can like reveal some of that kind of stuff, and you won't really use it in game. Because there's a lot. I think there's a lot more that could happen as well. Like there's probably some other connections to our past and stuff that are.
I just go straight to his house.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it. I just want all the experience points. I go kill him. Let's do it right now.
Okay.
And then we could do like 3 or 4 missions before the show's over. It'll be great.
Yeah. Well, if we're gonna go so if we're gonna go find Kurosawa and take him out and kind of expose this, right, for money.
Yeah.
That feels like our style. Yeah, like we've got the fight organizer, we've got the reporter, and Hollis would know that this would leverage the brand correctly. So that feels like a good move for us. Expose the dude with violence. It's like that's our deal. That's what we do, right?
And I think Roxy, if you were interested in this, I think using this as a you could probably use some of this as leverage, like this story, to get back into fighting if you were interested.
Yeah, I mean, she basically just trusts Hollis on all of that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. So, Hollis is your business manager.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. So let's get ready to do some legwork. So we know Kurosawa is the name. But we don't know where he is or anything like that. So I guess maybe this would be a good point to talk about the mission directives.
Sure.
Okay.
So when we're doing a mission, we get experience for these directives. So I guess we should all mark experience for accepting this mission. And when we find Kurosawa, we will mark experience. When Kurosawa is dead, we mark experience. And when let's say when Hollis makes a profit, right? We mark 2 experience. When you profit off this death, you gain 2 experience.
Cool.
Okay.
Yep.
So those are our directives.
Nice. Okay. When you find the target and when you profit off it.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay, cool. So like the first thing that I would do is say, I can go scan the news feeds for more information on Kurosawa and we can get some information that way.
Okay. Definitely. Sounds great. So that's going to be a research, right?
Yes. Like what else do people want to be doing during this phase?
Yeah. So how are you researching? Just the trawls. Is there like a website that you use, or using your own like internal stuff again?
Well, I've got 24/7 live streams.
Yeah, you're just monitoring your own feeds.
Yeah, so like I think probably like my computer setup at home, I've got the live feed running and feeding into a black box that just like keeps the data. And maybe like I paid someone for some sort of like spliced together algorithmic search capacity. So like I can just like type in keywords and pull out information from like the past 6 months of like live streams from all sorts of different sources.
Yeah, of course. You're paying someone else to manage your data for you.
Yeah, basically.
Yep.
Cool. Okay, so I'm just back in my apartment, just like scanning through like image clips that are like coming up, playing 3 seconds, and then fading away as something else comes up to replace it.
Okay, so go ahead and roll research. That's mind.
Mind.
Unless you have cyberware that does it like synth or something like that. Otherwise, it's mind.
Nope, it's mind. Dude, what? Oh, I didn't delete the plus. Okay, 5 + 2 is 7, so I got an 8, which means that I may always ask a follow-up question because of the 24/7. So I take intel, so I have intel.
Mm-hmm.
So intel.
So what question would you like to know, or would like to ask?
How secure is what's his name?
Kurosawa.
Beyond Kurosawa.
Okay, so Kurosawa lives in one of the apartment, like the tower buildings that like the ones that John was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
This one would probably be the I like. Did you say the Boeing
like a
Boeing Federation? Yeah.
Well, Boeing Federated was it's like
Boeing,
the airplane company.
Yeah, Boeing Federated building.
Okay.
And
So it has like VTOL pads and
exactly
no elevator access.
Exactly. And you know that he lives up on the let's say like the 140th floor of this towering skyrise.
Yeah. I mean, like
somewhere it's like somewhere in like I guess maybe you don't know exactly, but you know like it's a range of these things for now.
yeah, like I didn't ask where would I find him, but more specifically how secure he is. And so it's like, does he usually travel with bodyguards, or does he have specific travel patterns that lead to him being safe, or do I know like I don't know where he lives because he lives in a safe house with these security guards, like. So
yeah, you're able to deduce that he's pretty new, so his a lot of habits and stuff like that aren't as well refined as somebody who would be older. Like he could slip up. He's doing a lot of things by the book, and you kind of maybe know some ways of circumventing around by the book. So
he's not like the standard security playbook,
exactly,
and it's like he's also new enough that he's slipping up every once in a while. So it's like. Maybe like one of the feeds that I get is Leon Kurosawa, at a nightclub with dancers or whatever.
Like he took a selfie with someone he shouldn't have.
Right, and it's like there are no bouncers in this picture. So okay.
Yeah, you know that he normally has a security retainer. That's probably outsourced to some other like defense firm. Okay. So that's kind of all I get from this information. I got the intel, and I've got this information about he's a junior account executive, so he's not unprotected, but he's new enough and dumb enough that he's making mistakes. Correct.
Okay.
Now you said you have a follow-up question?
That was the follow-up.
Oh, got it. Okay.
It's like normally you'd only get to ask that on a 10+.
Yeah, but
oh no, wait. What is it? Oh, no. Sorry. The MC will answer your question, and then because of 24/7 live feeds, I ask a follow-up question.
Yeah, you get another question, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought you were... Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Okay, who or what is related to Leon Kurosawa?
Ooh, okay, so what... I think the answer would be what is related. I think you're able to pick up like the clubs he's going to and what he's related to. Is that he's dealing a lot with Eastern Europe. Okay, so he's got Eastern European like fashion contacts. You more like you probably got a public like photo record, and you saw that he was recently on tour doing something over in like Kosovo kind of area. Okay, like visiting, touring kind of stuff. Pictures of him with some like girlfriends and that kind of stuff.
Kosovo, it's beautiful in the springtime.
Yeah, or like Bulgarian Baltic coast kind of stuff, and it's he's living it up. Like imagine somebody who freshly got like an MBA, got this cushy job, being an account executive, and he's like he's trying to live the life, right? Yeah. But he is making some mistakes. Okay, cool. Yeah, you see him. Yeah, he's wearing like he's wearing like the old like the newest Coke fashion style of clothes. His watch is probably some like chromed out another company. I think I had a name Wave, like Wave Tech.
Yeah. I think probably like
He
what
has
I'm gonna
expensive
do,
tastes.
what I'm gonna do here is like
Yeah, Croatia kind of stuff. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
you know what I want to do? I want to like splice together a quick video, like advertising for like resorts or like retreats in Kosovo and like, you know, Eastern European countries or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like I splice them together, but I want to like cut into it like video footage of this guy living it up, and then like put it out, like publish it on Static Dead End, and then like see if there's any sort of bites that come in for that. Where anybody contacts me and they're like, hey, like what's going on with this thing, or if any conversation gets started around it.
Oh yeah, basically like honeypotting.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Ooh, I think that would probably be. So your objective here is to find out something, right?
I guess. I mean, like, do you think this is a gather evidence role?
You mean like a second research, or is gather evidence something that you do as a?
That's a move that I have. Gather evidence.
What does it say? Because I don't have your playbook open.
It says when you gather evidence to break a story, roll mind. On 10 plus, you get the evidence you need. On a 7 to 9, you get it, but you tip your hand.
Yeah. Yo, absolutely.
On a 6 minus, you advance a noise clock and you make a move.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. I'll roll mind, and I've actually got it all right now. So let's see what happens. What? I got an 8.
Ooh. Okay.
So that it says, I get the evidence, but I tip my hand to someone implicated in my story. Tell the MC which clock to advance, a relevant corporate clock, the linked noise clock, or the relevant mission clock. And then it says legwork or action. So I guess noise is the legwork clock and mission is the action clock.
No, noise is sort of like, we're playing Netrunner right now.
Yeah.
You have this story that you're trying to break through, and someone else is trying to cover up this story.
Right.
So the noise clock is separate from the legwork clock.
Okay.
So Stephen, let me ask. Let me ask, because I'm like really into what you're doing here. Is this do you? It seems like maybe Xclash is working with us right now, but based on this last roll you made, it's almost like you've gone off on your own a little to like nab this story a little bit while you're still with the team.
Xclash is a very sort of like, he is definitely his own guy, and like he's constantly feeding his viewers, right? He's got that pressure, he's got to put out that content, but then also he knows the power of like his like distributed viewership, where like he breaks it and he's subtle enough about it that he'll get what he needs without anybody being the wiser.
John,
Steven, it's too real. It's too real, man.
So the reason
that is not what happened here.
Xclash has the duty to the truth.
Yep, damn right.
Exactly. And so what I'm wondering is, does it make sense for the noise factor here, like, to be Hollis? Like, you're working with us, but you're like doing this side project, and you know, is it going to mess up your relationship?
Oh, yeah. Hollis doesn't give a shit about signal, right? Hollis is all about controlled noise,
right? Controlling the message.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to like take the noise away from the GM, right? But I definitely can also. I can get some heat from Hollis as a result of this. For problem. I'm going to choose to advance the noise clock because I think it makes a lot of sense.
It's cool. Eric loves this stuff. Eric, go take a nap. We'll GM ourselves.
Yeah. Bye. See you guys. No, I think that's a perfect example of what a noise class could be. Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
So I realized while you were doing this stuff, I read over my moves. I do have a pre-mission move. I'm supposed to roll edge.
Ooh.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's weird because like it's fictionally, like it doesn't do anything. It's just when you begin a mission that furthers your vision, roll edge, take some hold, spend it to gain bonuses or cause penalties. It's kind of weird. Like my character's not doing anything except being like, mission.
Yeah.
So I will roll that. It's my edge.
Wow, box stars.
There you go. Okay, so I have 3 hold that I can spend to give +1 or -2 to any roll during the mission.
So, but what do you do to give the bonus?
I mean, I don't know.
What's the move called?
Yeah.
It's called Driven.
That doesn't help.
Yeah.
The entirety of the move is when you begin a mission that furthers your vision, roll plus edge. 10 plus, get 3, 7 to 9, get 1. You may spend 1 hold before rolling any other move to take +1 or -2 forward to the move.
So as long as you can like justify that it's like your belief driven, you get a +1. You can spend
I don't know. I could just,
Yeah.
I just get it. But the thing is, it says before rolling any other move. Why would I ever give myself -2 for anything? I don't. Anyway, I got some
Yeah,
currency.
you wouldn't. That's really weird. I don't know.
Okay, that's a weird. Yeah, I'll flag that.
We
Okay.
know that you're driven, and sometimes it helps you. I guess that's what we know.
Yeah.
Maybe that would help you if you're rolling harm after you get shot and you want to roll low.
Oh, that's
Yeah. I guess that's the one time that would be.
Like, yeah, that's the niche case.
Okay.
I think that would
All right. Sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
belief armor.
Well, it's one of those things where, like as a person playing a role-playing game, you can make up all kinds of shit about what that move looks like and how it might work. But going just based on the text of the move, it gives you next to nothing. It's like, I don't know, you're driven. You drive to get things.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'll just keep in mind that I have that hold. Anyway, sorry to interrupt you, Steven. I just wanted to do it before I forgot. Were you?
No, I'm basically done.
Okay.
I advanced the noise clock, and that's it. So, I get some evidence, which I'm not entirely certain what that means, Eric. So help me out here.
So you selected the signal, right? You improved the
no,
signal.
I advanced the noise clock.
Oh yeah. Okay. So the noise clock that I think that we agreed on is that it's going to be Hollis releasing the story in a way that benefits everyone. The signal clock for you and stuff would be benefiting yourself more.
And if you want to, rather than making it explicitly about Hollis, you can make it about my algorithms, right? Like I've got these feelers out in the, and I don't think Hollis is like actively aware of everything she's doing all the time. So there are these little programs that are probably grabbing, because I've brought their attention to X-Clash's feed, so it's probably like grabbing and messing with his stuff as it goes out, and I may not even be aware of it. You would
I think what it could happen would be that your little like drones and that kind of stuff that would like kind of like scan and retweet. The source story would be X-Clash's, and he gets all the views, right? Yeah. Instead of
well, it's not. Yeah, it's not just about building popularity. It's about controlling the message that other people are putting out there too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, you wouldn't have control over it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. All right. So you did the signal and the noise, right? Those are the two. You didn't choose to advance the legwork. It was just signal and noise. Because advancing legwork's bad.
Hang on. Why does signal advance?
Signal gets you closer to you finishing your story.
Got it. So because I got the evidence, I advanced the signal clock.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. And then I chose the noise clock as
exactly.
That was the cost. Yeah.
Yep. Sure thing.
Okay. Cool.
How long are those clocks, by the way?
6.
6.
There's 6 segments.
Yeah, they're all 6. I didn't feel like making out the digital 12 o'clock, 18, 24. They're all like this.
Oh right, they're all the same size in Apocalypse Roll. I forgot. Yeah, right.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
So who wants to do something?
Yeah. So how does this work? So we all just like do things to advance the legwork thing before we get to the mission, or how does this phase work?
Well, it's interesting because we get paid based on how many unspent legwork ticks we have. So there's like this tension, supposedly. I don't know if this works this way, but for us to like do less legwork and go in, faster, and then we get a bigger payoff at the end. So we don't have to tick it all the way down.
Have we established that he is in like an elevator-less building we're going to need to like
No.
fly up to?
If we need a little bit more information, I could actually spend my hold and just ask another question.
That could be useful. Yeah. Once you guys are ready, you can forward to the mission phase. The legwork phase is just about preparing and for running the mission.
Yeah.
Right. It's however prepared we think we are.
You
we want to generate gear or intel that we're
exactly.
Right. I have one intel and 3 hold based on my driven move. So I've got 4 +1s to throw around. So I feel pretty good about where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm fine too. I think if X-Clash can get us an address, and then Gordon can do whatever his fight organizer maneuver.
I think probably. So I feel like the way this goes is that X-Clash comes back and he's like, "Hey, check it out! I got some really good information." And I tell you guys, Leon Kurosawa, he's a junior account executive at Coke Fashion.
I know that asshole.
Fashion show.
Yeah.
He lives in a Boeing Federated arcology. I don't know which one. I don't know where. He's pretty new. He's doing things by the book, but he's screwing up every once in a while. Take a look, and then I bring up my own news feed of the cut together video. And I was like, check it out. These clips, they're of him. That's him there.
Is that Kosovo?
Yeah. It's Kosovo, man. These pits are. These ones are Croatia, but yeah, no. He was over in Kosovo.
Yeah. I'm sure that's completely unrelated.
Unrelated to what?
Don't worry about it, son. All right. Listen, I'm not so good at this talking to people thing, finding out stuff. I'm going to need you to find where he's at, and then the best way to secure that facility. Because, we could just blow the whole thing up. I'd rather keep as many people safe as possible. We just need to get this guy, right? And preferably catch it on camera when Roxy punches him out a window and he drops 40 stories.
This kind of thing has to be public. We have to show force because they broke this contract. And sure, we could hire lawyers and we could go through the whole thing, but it's going to be a lot more effective to just sock him in the face till he's dead.
Right.
Yeah.
So
What Hollis said.
Make sure the public is safe while Roxy goes on a rampage here. So just ask a couple more questions. Do the reporter thing.
Listen. Public safety is not really on brand for us, Gordon. We want collateral damage.
Yeah. I'm sure he has guards or something.
Listen, how about this? I need some bloodshed. I need the streets to run red through this whole thing. So maybe, and I look over at X-Clash, I'm like, maybe you can get us some deserving collateral damage then. I want to orchestrate this kidnapping somewhere in public where there's a lot of people around. Maybe some of those primitives. See if we can find friends of the ones that we beat up in that bar and tip them off that there's going to be an opportunity for some revenge. And let's put this Kurosawa in the same place. We film the whole thing. We do a second follow-up with a private meeting with Mr. Kurosawa, and we set him straight.
I mean, as long as we can limit the collateral damage to, how did you say it, those that deserve it, maybe? I'll be down with this, but I have serious ethical considerations about unleashing Roxy in a public location with her fist of fury tornado.
Listen, really, what is public property these days anyway, right?
All right,
if people are where they are.
About enough of that, okay? Reporter boy, you go do something.
Yeah. I'll see what I can find. I don't know, man. I feel like we're scraping the bottom of the barrel. I'll do what I can. Yeah.
Okay, so what do you do?
What's the role to gather evidence?
In what way? It depends on how you're doing it.
For Nose for a Story, it says, at the start of the mission, roll Edge. As on 7 to 9, gain 1 hold. During the mission, I can spend 1 hold to invoke one of the following effects. And the third one is, find a piece of evidence that links this mission to a current story. Either start a story clock and a linked noise clock, or roll to gather evidence.
Yeah, so you already have a story clock.
Yeah, but that's the question. What's the role to gather evidence?
Probably...
gather evidence is a move that I have.
Yeah, that's the one you just spent.
Yep, cool. So I'm going to do that again. I think this time I can't do it on my own. I gotta establish a contact. So I think probably is that a roll or do I just?
That is a roll. That is a move.
Yes, I can only declare a contact when I can call in a favor from new contact, name and describe the contact, say why the contact owes you a favor and why you owe them a favor. The MC will ask you some questions about the contact your relationship, add the contact to your list. Yeah. You can only declare it once per mission. So I don't roll, but I declare the contact. So my contact is going to be the editor-in-chief of Static Dead End.
That's not you?
No.
Oh, you're not a one-man show?
Contributing reporter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So who is this guy?
Do you want to provide a name?
Yeah, I'll provide a name.
Okay.
Let's go with
Lilith Ramirez.
Yeah.
Super cool. Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, so she owes me a favor because I think like one of the stories that I was considering breaking, like I was considering doing it on another website, and she was like, no, listen, XClash, you got to do it here. You know, I don't have much for you right now, but I promise in the future it's going to come out for you. Okay?
Okay.
You know, stick around. And I owe her a favor because I am like furiously in lust with her.
Oh, okay.
But I think she probably totally ignores me.
Yeah.
It's entirely unreciprocated.
Yeah, she's way into like nearly the nitty and gritties of her job.
Yeah.
I think she came in. She's somebody who's like she's all about her job. The only love in her life is her job.
Yeah.
And the power it gives her.
Yeah. And like I'm a good reporter and whatever, but I'm not politically connected to the point where she'd like need to sleep with me for any particular reason or whatever.
No.
Yeah.
So how do you contact her?
Sucks, man. I think probably like there's like some sort of like BBS or whatever that we all post on, like internal to Static Dead End.
Is it secure?
Whatever, man. You got Slack channel. You got a cyber Slack channel.
Yeah.
Cyber Slack. It's definitely secure, especially because like we're reporters and we're breaking stories and stuff like that.
Sure.
But, yeah. So I just like leave her a message. I say, hey, looking into Leon Kurosawa, you know, get at me if you think you have more information on whereabouts, preferences, you know, whatever.
Okay. And what's her specialty?
And then like at the end, I'm like, maybe over a drink, question mark.
Yeah. So what's your specialty with that?
What's
her specialty? Yeah. That she knows people?
Yeah, maybe she just like she operates on a slightly higher level than I do. Like I'm kind of like this seedy underworld reporter, like digging into like the nitty gritty of what's going on. But she actually goes out and like has martini lunches with account executives from time to time.
Yeah. Okay.
Like she's running a Static Dead End, but she's not necessarily like a part of it. She's more of a businesswoman than a reporter.
Yeah, I think she's absolutely one of the most enterprising type people at Static Dead End in terms like executive level kind of things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. And so you're just like leaving her a message.
Yeah.
To get back to you.
Like that's the normal modus operandi for us.
Okay. Okay.
Like maybe over a drink.
She's following. Yeah. So I think she's probably she's like AFK right now. She's following up. It says like chasing a story or something like that.
Yeah.
And okay. So is there like a way when you it just says when you declare a contact? I guess you're not really meeting with them though. You just mess.
Yeah, like I'm just like I know this person. This is why I'm contacting them and why they owe me a favor.
Okay. What was the last? When was the last time you spoke to them?
The actual rule is hit the street, right? You declare the contact, then you roll hit the street to go to that contact.
Yeah.
For help.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Where is hit the street? Style. I
guess I'll ask you afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So I was thinking I might help you with this XClash if you're open to that.
Yeah, like maybe you can see like I'm like thumbing this message on my phone at the table and like sweat's like beading on my brow.
Yeah. So I flip through, or maybe I just grab your phone and like flip over to my fan site and
cool. I'm probably like, hey, that's
yeah. So I'm gonna help you with this because your contact's a reporter too.
Like she's like the editor in chief. Yeah.
Yeah. So I like flip over to my fan site and like do a little selfie cam, like showing the Odin Sons laid out in the background, and then like flip it around. Are you an on-camera personality or are you like behind?
Oh yeah, I'm like a live stream on camera.
Nice. So I like flip it around, so like we're in the booth together, and I'm like, yo, coming to you live with XClash, check it out, y'all, and like do a little impromptu like hype, scene to like boost you up with the fan club.
Cool.
Yeah.
You're my buddy. I've got my arm around your neck and
nice. Yeah.
I'm
looking a little squirrely.
Yeah. You like tag her in like whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm gonna roll to help you. With
Yes.
Hashtag this nerd.
You roll with links.
Right.
Do you have a link with her?
We've got one link because we had the.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yep. We have one. 2d6 plus 1. Yeah.
Damn.
Nice. Okay.
Help like a mofo.
So things go very well according to plan. So you want to reach out for what was your objective was to get her to help you with this?
Yeah, like
information on Kurosawa.
I've pretty much exhausted my own personal like research opportunities for Kurosawa, but she knows more people. She can put me in touch with someone that I can use to gather more evidence and help us move forward.
Yeah. Okay. She was getting you in contact with somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You get you see the little like ellipses pop up in the BBS or whatever, like your Slack or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, make it quick.
Okay.
Yeah. Important meeting.
Yeah. So do I roll my style now? My hit the streets
style. Yeah.
Yeah. I need an extra +1.
Plus 1 from me.
Rex is carrying you.
Okay, here we go.
We'll see.
Oh shit! Oh my god!
Oh. Okay.
Wait. Oh no, that's still a 6. Yeah.
It still sucks.
Okay. That's not good.
Maybe I'm like leaning too heavily on like the over drinks part of the message.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. You make it seem like a date.
Yeah, and she's like, "Fuck off, man! I'm busy. I'm working."
Yeah.
No, wait.
No, but it is a real thing. I want. Oh.
Yeah. She's so you have her attention. Like, what do you give her? Do you say anything to her? Like.
What do you mean? I mean, at
I'm
this
sorry.
point, I'm just like,
What did you reveal to her so far?
yeah, I just said looking for information on Leon Kurosawa,
Yeah.
and then she's like, "What do you want?" And I'm like, "Well,
Yeah.
there's this junior account
She
executive, trying to figure out, where he goes or who he knows, anything that'll get us a little bit closer to him. Sounds like he's engaged in some shady shit." And then I link her my 2 videos that I'm like,
Yeah.
here's what's going on.
And she's like, my advice, drop it. And
yeah,
close.
I think I get that, and I just kind of scowl and
I like no news. Like that guy's no news or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I scowl and I finish off my drink, and then I put it down and I look at Roxy. I say, if she thinks there's no story here, there's definitely a story here.
Hell yeah, man. Give me your phone. Let me talk to her.
Yeah. I got private stuff on this phone.
Roxy immediately loses interest in this side story. And
It's actually the private stuff on the phone is Hollis's link to Roxy's downfall. I'm like,
Oh yeah.
like as soon as you shut her down, she's just like, woo, and
party, fuck yeah.
Walks out onto the dance floor.
Something is boring. Shots.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Never mind.
So I have a contact that I wanna hit to find out exactly where this dude is.
Yeah.
So I
Leon?
figure, to find out
semi-professional.
because all I want to do with Leon is just figure out a place he's gonna be where we can call down the idiot squad and have this big brouhaha about it.
So you need a copy of his itinerary.
Yeah, so I figure here's the thing, right? He's gonna be covering this trail, right? He's gonna be going back over people and trying to either get.
Oh yeah, he's gonna go to. Yeah, it's very likely that he would be trying to go to ground if he is.
Well, and he's running, if not him personally, but his people, his team is going back and silencing people and being you can't tell anybody, whatever. So I figure I want to go to. I have a contact. Her name is Sakiko Dubois, and she's a textile artist. And I figure, best I can tell, is she manufactured the nano Kevlar weave for the outfits that were made for his show.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So I want to hit her up. And I want to figure out where, if he's talked to her yet, and if not, I want to put a tail on her so that when he shows up, we can follow him back to his apartment, or like at least figure out
yeah.
some data about him.
Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So that's contacts. Or
yeah, I'm doing like basically exactly the same thing.
Yep, exactly. The hit the streets.
Yep.
So roll style.
I got +2 style. Now it doesn't clarify here. I guess is it? Oh yeah, it's before I roll a move. Okay. Well, fuck it. I'll use one of my holds from driven. So we'll bump it up. So +3. Yeah, there you go. I got 12.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, so you get what you want. So you're able to catch up with Tsukiko. How do you contact her? Do you what's your normal way of contacting somebody?
So Tsukiko's kind of like a she's a bit of like a weird like recluse, right? Like her only job is importing like post-war mil-spec textiles and then passing them along to like designers, and she doesn't like being contacted, but I have her like secret phone or whatever. I know how to get in touch with her. And so I just call her. I just call her on the and there's only like 3 or 4 people in the whole world that know this number, so she knows it's me or like one of the other very important people that she knows.
Hollis.
And so I'm speaking. We go back and forth between Japanese and French during the conversation. So I'm like, Sakiko, have you been busy?
She says, very busy. The business is booming.
Yes, I saw some of your work on TV. Unfortunate about the show. I need some information.
Yes, speak quickly.
Have you spoken with the designer?
She immediately like curses like the names like he's rubbish. I would not do business with him again.
He must have paid you well. Do you know what he did with that fabric?
A little.
Yeah, bad deal made worse. You can't just blow up your problems in this town. And I like look over at
Roxy.
No, I look over at Gordon.
Oh.
Like I say that in English. I'm like, you can't just blow up your problems in this town. I like to look over.
I'll probably raise my flask of Kool-Aid.
Yeah. And then I'm like, don't worry. I just need to have a conversation with him about contract. Mutual agreement of ours he seems to have forgotten. Do you have a way I can contact him? Phone number, address, anything like that?
Oh, yes. And she's like, 1 second, and she goes into our pads, and you get back a sort of like her meeting locations that they've had with them, and you get. They probably would have met somewhere probably near where the supplies come in. They probably come in at a private like VTOL like landing pad. So I think I have to come up with a name for it that's near Miami. Like I imagine it would look like a shipyard, but it's for like part like hover planes and like massive transport things. So sort of like the
Cyber Zeppelin.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, like I want to convince her. I want to tell her like, look, call Leon up. Tell him you feel bad about the way things went. You want to do business again in the future, and you want to meet him. I want to introduce him to Roxy. He doesn't need to know about that part.
I understand. Okay. She is mostly you can hear her in her voice that she's running the numbers kind of just like okay, yes, I can do this for you. What's your past with her like? Did you do anything with her before?
Yeah. We've definitely done like lines for the great thing about her is that because she's a supplier of material, she doesn't get brought into the spotlight. Yeah. But like the people who are in the know, they're like, oh, this like that. There's only one person that could have got the fabric for this design.
Yeah, I was like this. Yeah,
like Roxy's clothes right now are probably like sourced from fabric from her, and I make sure to pay her well.
Yeah,
and she's a procurer, not a designer or anything.
She's like, I think she just says like, it's a shame that what happened with that fabric. That stuff was imported from off-world. That's really high quality stuff. If you keep your ear to the ground, if you hear any instances of more, I would love to know about it.
I think we're going with a different direction with Roxy in the next season. Something primitive, natural fibers. I'll get back to you.
Okay. Very well. It's like she's thrown for a loop because she thinks that like the next future tech is the way to go, and it's like okay, and very well. I would schedule this meeting. Look to your PDA.
Yeah. So I thank her and I guess I'll take the intel. So I got 2 intel now.
Yes. You get the intel. It is a. Yeah, it's like one of those spots, like all like the shipping containers and everything like that. It's like one of those hardcore noir at the docks kind of spots.
Yeah, totally. Cool. Okay. So I figure we're pretty much like all we got to do now is make sure that this asshole, a bunch of those Viking goons, show up at the same time, and then we show up and we abscond with him, and we make a big public show of beating the living hell out of him. And everything will work out great.
I think I have a contact that might help with that.
The last thing we really need is to find out where he will be.
Right, but
but that's what I was just doing, right? It's like, I'm luring him out. Like I've just set the trap.
Yep.
Okay. So a couple minutes go by before you get a text back about the time and place.
Yeah.
It's going to be around like 6:30, like dusk, around at the docks. It's a holiday, so like no one's going to be working there. It's a pretty secure spot. It's probably like let's call it the Sigmund Tech Pier 17.
It's my lucky number.
Yeah. Okay.
And this is an airship pier, right? Right. It's not like a naval pier.
No, it's like VTOL stuff.
Okay.
From coming in from orbit.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Like large, like freight container stuff coming down.
Yeah, I have a contact I want to call on to make sure we get what are we calling them? The primitives in location, or just general undesirables. His name is Gunnery Sergeant Rigo Lukic. He's a Serbian who served with the HSS.
Okay.
I love that we're calling Homeland Security to be like, we need some bad guys. Can you provide those for us?
Yeah.
Just get a cargo container full of terrorists and just dump them on it.
I mean, that's my literal plan.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
how close?
the thing we have the most of.
Yeah,
Well,
they're
I mean, the great thing is, like,
they're a commodity. You just
we're in
trade
Miami,
them.
right? So Guantanamo's like a fucking stone's throw away.
Yeah.
Yeah, Guantanamo is some kind of like mega prison that's like, has a space elevator or something.
Yeah, it's an HS. Yeah, it's like the HSS, like Supermax. Yeah.
Awesome.
It's only 6 minutes away by VTOL.
Well, and this is what happened, right? Is that like we stopped embargoing Cuba, like 100 years ago, so that eventually we could just turn them into a prison colony.
Yeah.
Cuba, we call it Guantanamo, but it's the whole island.
The island of Guantanamo, yeah. President Castro, lord over the prison island.
Warden of the island.
Exactly.
Cyber Castro Jr.
Warden Castro.
Yeah.
I love it.
So you're hitting the streets for this, right? To pick up your
Yeah,
goons?
I need to roll for that now, right?
Yep.
All right, boom.
1-800-ADOPT-A-GOON.
Yep, I'm so great at role-playing games right there.
Oh, Gordon. We forgot to help you, buddy.
Oh, boy.
Eric, can we get a ruling on post-roll help?
I mean, it's a one-shot. I could let you guys go back to it, but...
I mean, missing is fun too, so I don't want to.
Yeah, exactly. I think I'm gonna let it roll with the 6 minus for this one.
Cool.
Okay. So when you reach out for a contact and you get a 6 minus, when you hit the street, oh boy. Okay. you call in the midst of a shootout going on, and you hear like, "You have a lot of nerve calling me," and like you hear like the sounds of a handgun going off, going pop 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 pop, and you hear the sounds of like Portuguese and German, kind of like this like mix of people like sounds very like commanding, like go forward, like cover, take cover. And
man, military discipline just isn't what it used to be. You got to put your phone on airplane mode before you get.
Listen up, Gunny. I need a little bit of help from you if you could help me out here. Just set your gun on auto fire or something. Don't you have that newfangled tech that just lets you like post it up on a wall or something? Around corners.
You just hear, "I gotta call you back," and you just hear the sound of like an EMP blast go off.
Well,
and nothing.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
The last thing you
in that primitives community, because
nope.
My boy at the HSS, I think he might be dead.
Yeah, I definitely have. You want Sons of Odin to show up somewhere? I can handle that, no problem.
I mean, Odin's sons, really, I was hoping to secure the area with no civilians and then just stack the area with prisoners. But yeah, we could get Odin's sons in there. Maybe say that you're going in for a rematch. Actually, that's brilliant.
Give me your phone. Roxy doesn't have a phone.
I guess maybe I look at X-Clash and I'm like, get her your phone.
You got this. Hang on, I gotta take a call. Yeah.
There was your phone didn't even light up when you.
Shut up. It's loud in here. Hello.
Hollis, you basically are a phone.
So
I hand my phone over to Roxy.
So just to be clear, player to player here for a second, what we're trying to do is we're currently luring some bad guys to a place as part of our plan, right?
I mean, we've done this. We've done this before, Roxy, right? We're having a secret venue event.
Totally.
Like, don't tell anybody, secretly tell everybody. So that there'll be like a big crowd of people there to witness it firsthand, paying, like, it's a show. It's a big show. And then the post-show event that people don't know about is going to be us teaching Leon a lesson.
I got this. So I take your phone, I go over to where the EMT is like, "Don't you die on me, come on." He's like trying to like save one of the dudes with the bone in his neck.
No.
And I flip through and find the like whatever's hot now for the Viking primitive scene.
Oh yeah, it's clearly it's called the Lodge, and it's made out of like recycled scrap metal to have that sort of like that A-frame kind of look.
Nice. So I go to the Lodge, like contact, pay like forum cloud fan whatever. And flip on the camera again, and I get down like next to the dude who's like sputtering and choking and bleeding out on the floor, and I shove the EMT off him, and I'm like, I did this, and I'm all y'all, and I like show the camera of like this, like Viking tattoos, and I'm like, I'm coming for you. Roxy's coming for you next.
Are you playing hardball?
Midnight to whatever. I like get the location that we've established, I
guess that to me that sounds like you're playing hardball.
Sure.
Trying to get you're intending to incite violence at them to get them to do what you want.
That's
like
what I'm doing.
Yeah, you're like baiting them for it. So you're rolling edge.
I mean, the trick though is that like look at the results. So we don't want them to not perform violence on us, and we want them to fight back. We're not trying to intimidate them with the threat of violence. Right, because it's like, I mean, I don't know how it works compared to Go Aggro. Because like with Go Aggro, you're like, if you don't do it, I'll punch you. In this case, you're like, come on, I want to punch you. Come on over.
Oh yeah, you're promising. So I guess it's fast talk then. You're promising. You're like, come on, let's do this. I want you to do this then. I think fast talk.
I feel like clearly I'm not manipulating them. You're gonna decide how they react to being called out.
You're goading them into doing something.
It's more like, are we in control of their response to this, or and that depends on Roxy's ability to like pressure them into this arranged meeting, right? So I think style.
You're using Gordon's phone, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think fast talk makes sense because, like, we know this is going to piss them off. It's just a question of, can I, like, get them to show up and do what we want?
We're making them unwitting players in our little theater.
Oh yeah,
Right.
Yeah. No.
Instead of waiting a few days and, you know, ordering a bunch of RPGs on the black market and blowing up my apartment or something, like they actually show up and fight us. Yeah. Cool. So my style.
Odin sucks, Freya thucks, Thor sucks.
Style is +1.
I will. I'll help you.
I will
suck on these balls.
Yeah, I'll. Yeah.
Durs.
So what's the links?
What
links do I have with Roxy?
With Roxy?
Yeah,
I believe you have at least one. Because you were helping her with, like, from the questions, you helped her get through the marketing for fighting and stuff like that.
Yeah. If it's anybody, I'm connected to Roxy.
Exactly. So
I was going to say, if it's reciprocal, I feel like we have 2, but I don't know how it measures it. So
no, it would be 1.
Okay.
Nah, I'm not helpful.
No, you're not, and you get dragged into this somehow.
Yep.
Oh, that's okay. That's fine.
So it's a one shot. So like this would be like a big deal, but I mention your name.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because I'm not thinking clearly.
Yes, you do, and you're on Gordon's phone.
And like, because I know that you're anonymous and everything, and I like catch you in the background on the video, and I associate this name with this face that like you've remained anonymous this whole time, and I kind of fuck it up by trying to enlist your aid here. So maybe that's how you get exposed to danger or whatever on the miss.
Totally. Yeah.
Yep.
And I mean, I think I've been in like peripheral, and maybe this is like X-Clash, you would totally know this because this is part of what like drew you to me is that, there's lots of media of me and Roxy together, but never with like a name attached. Like I'm in the background of a lot of her photos. Yeah. And you did the like Zapruder thing where you were like, look, it's her again. She keeps showing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
The nondescript, forgettable woman in the black dress. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll style.
Okay.
Oh, boxcars.
There we go.
Wow.
What?
Yep.
Nice
What
work.
is
What?
awesome. So that's yours, man. What did
Roxy Crash, everybody.
Oh, they're in. Yeah, they're in on it.
Well, that's nice. So I don't actually get exposed to danger because you succeeded. So I'm implicated in the results.
That's true.
Yeah, you're implicated in the results is the correct way to phrase that question. Or that
you
response.
may expose yourself to danger retribution.
Yeah, no, that's totally accurate. Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, so the meet is set up.
I definitely want to grab my phone back from Roxy and be like, damn it, now Google Yahoo is going to be throwing up ads all day at me for like a lodge or some Nordic stuff.
So Eric,
your own phone, right?
There's like a flurry of technology going on with or like a flurry of like in like the Norse Lodge, right? Being like, oh, who's this like, oh my god.
So let me tell you what I want, right? The NPCs do what I want. What I want is for them to send their best guys, their top guys.
Yeah.
What we're trying to do here is not all of the Valhalla fanboys show up. They send like, they're like 10 or whatever, like baddest asses.
Yeah, they fly them in from Norway like while we're waiting.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, maybe it's just one dude. I would not recommend they send one guy, but maybe it is.
Oh no.
That's what I'm doing. I'm calling out their like top dogs. That's what we're trying to do.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like the name Boulder. Yeah, like there's
that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, some boy, I wonder what kind of cyberpunk does this guy have? He has legs. Like he has nothing but like pneumatic like lower torso is just all been converted to just chromed out military grade black titanium like power legs.
Yeah, he can run at like 100 kilometers an hour.
Exactly. Yeah.
He have the power of punches.
And like like he's like one of the like most veteran members on the forums, and he like never posts, but whenever he posts somewhere, everyone just like quotes him like, oh my god, and he's like, I'll be there. And
nice.
Like that's like the explosion.
Norse net.
Yeah, Norse net. the Norsenet subreddit. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's even better because he's like he has a following and he has a status, so that plays into Hollis's gambit here of like this is also a like MMA match. Like this guy's a ranked contender essentially, even though
people. I mean, as soon as you make that phone call, the bookies are like lighting up, right? They're just like, okay, cool. Well, who's gonna win in this fight? And like, there's like sub bets of who's gonna show up and like what kind of match.
So I grab X Clash and I turn his head around and I'm like, okay, hang on, and I change my hair into this like middle braid, long Valkyrie looking thing in a mocking way, and I'm like, okay, ready, 3. Balder, I'm gonna take you apart. I'm gonna take you down to your molecules. There'll be nothing left to enter Valhalla. And I do the rest of my. I'll spare you the rest, but I do the rest of my like pre-fight trash talk.
Oh my god,
nice.
Yeah, and I'm behind wherever the camera is. I'm like on my phone, and I'm triggering like meta tag and like keyword management, and like starting to like bump things like Valhalla and like molecular and stuff like that.
Yeah. SEO. Yeah,
totally.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Okay, well that so our plan is set up. I think that's a good point to go to our break. This will be our last break before we come in for the last section of our game. All right. So thanks, guys. So we'll come back in 5 minutes.